Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the Ghouls
Hello.
Gone Wild, man.
Good evening, good
Good
morning,
evening. Good
wherever you
morning.
are.
Good day. Good yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yesterday,
I
today.
am a day ahead of you guys, so there you
Yes.
go.
Where are you, in Sydney?
No, I'm in Wollongong, so I'm about an hour and 20 minutes away from the city.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah,
future, actually.
Yes, you are in
I
the future.
a lo- a lot of people say that I am from the future because
Yes.
we're like what 18? No, because we're in daylight savings now, so like we'd have to be like 19 hours ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
14, I think.
14?
Is
I'm
it
pushing it.
14?
Ah, fuck, dude. I can't keep up with all the time zone
What's a
differences.
couple of
Dude,
hours?
it's fine.
Yeah. So, guys, congratulations on your new single, Southbound.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
You guys sound really good. And you guys have only been around for a couple of years, correct?
Yeah, Ryder's been around for about 8 years, but this past January, um, completely rebranded, a new lineup change, and Max, Rod, and Nick came aboard, and we got together, and it's been a wild ride so far. It's been awesome. I mean, and you could hear it. Listen to Southbound.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's a hard hitting, like in your face hard rock song. Um, how's the reaction going like for it when it's been released? Like how has the people responded to it?
It's going fantastic. A lot of good
A lot
reviews.
more than we expect. Definitely
Yeah.
blowing up a
Mm.
lot more than we could have expected in a short period of time.
Dude, I could
Yeah.
even say the reaction amongst the band was just, I mean, like we're shocked.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of those.
I'll be very honest. I mean, you always go into things with low expectations or else you get disappointed, I mean, you don't know what to expect, especially our first product that's being put out there with this iteration of the band. There's no expectations. So I half jokingly, but more than half serious, said to James, hey, I'll be happy if we get like 200 streams. You know what I mean? I don't know what
Yeah.
to expect. And we've already surpassed what, 16,000 now?
16,000.
Yeah.
And Australia's number in a top 12 for the streaming as well, by the way. Number 12.
Australia is number 12 on Spotify.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. He messaged me he slid into my DMs on Instagram and and he was showing me the chart and goes, Australia's got a lot of catching up to do. I'm like, dude, it's better than bloody hitting friggin' like 20 or 50, man. Like top 12 Australia, come on, man. Like
Got to catch up to the UK. They're in the lead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
number
I know.
one.
yeah. UK's
I
in the
know.
lead. I think it's over like 10,000 in the UK. It's wild.
So you must have a pretty strong fan base in the UK.
That we didn't know about.
And if
Yeah,
if
Yeah,
we didn't
right.
before, we do now, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now we do.
Have you guys toured outside the States or anything like that? Or just
Uh,
local where you guys
with
at?
this lineup,
Yeah.
not really. We're still, like I said, we're still kind of getting our feet wet and just getting things going. But yeah, the band itself, like, only out of country thing we've really done is Canada. We've been to other states and other stuff, but
Mm.
like out of country, yeah, Canada.
Ah, nice. So Max and Rod, like how long have you guys been in the band for? Yeah. Like when did you
Oh,
guys
it'll be a
like
year. It's been a year for me.
Pretty much
yeah.
the same
So
time. I
pretty
think Rod,
much, yeah.
you were like a month before me or a few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple weeks
Yeah.
ahead of you at the UK band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all in succession with one another. It was Rod first, and then myself a few weeks later, and then Nick
Nick.
maybe like a week later.
Yeah.
James found him on the street. Uh,
Oh, really?
Christmas Eve, I hit
Christmas
Nick
Eve,
up.
right? And I was like mid-December, I think. So
Yep.
yeah,
Mm.
we're approaching 1 year. And I'll tell you what, I mean, it's been 11 months right now at this point, pretty much, and to do as much as we did, to some it may not seem like a lot, but we're damn proud of it. I mean, to write not only record a record, but to write a record, all new songs, 10 new songs, perfect a lot of the old material that James already had with the band, existing material. So we kind of learned that and then made that our own. And then just writing, but the writing was so organic that it really wasn't an effort. Every song just wrote itself and just came out and recorded it and put out a single and reached 16,000 streams. And 11 months. It's pretty damn good. So I'm looking forward to what the next 11 months has in store.
Yeah.
It'll go quick. Trust me. This whole year alone, I was saying to James before we hit this record button, like this whole year has gone so fucking quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I forget like what day it is sometimes, man. It's nuts.
It's gone quick, and I don't know. I don't know how you feel, Rod, but for me, and there he is.
Oh,
Nicky boy.
There he is.
There he is.
Nick,
Made
how you
it.
doing,
There's
bud?
Nicky boy.
What's happening?
I was just saying, I don't know how Rod feels, so the same goes for you, Nick. I don't know how you feel because I was just talking about how it's been 11 months since we've joined the band, but it flew by, yes, but it feels like we've been together for like 5 years. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's
Well,
based
we
on
did a lot.
chemistry and
We got a lot done in a year.
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
when you think about it, we played out, we played shows on the road, we played close to Buffalo, we wrote an entire record, recorded it, promoted, and hopefully we'll just keep seeing the rewards, just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Nick, nice to meet you, bro.
Hey, nice to meet you, Adam. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. This is like the first time on this podcast that I've had like 4 people on at the same time. So this is awesome.
Great. Happy to be
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Cheers, dude. So so you're new to the band as well too, Nick?
Yes, yeah, but I
Yep,
joined
right.
it back in January.
Oh wow. So how's that been going for you since you've like joined the band?
It's been great, honestly. I was really looking for, and I'm sure everybody has said this because the 3 of us, the newer members, have all been in our own cover bands or tribute bands, but I was in a tribute band and I really wanted that creative outlet to kind of collaborate. And I also was a drummer for kind of like a solo project. So
Yep.
where I was playing music, I was playing somebody else's music, and he had kind of very strict kind of not rules, but like how he wanted me to play the song was a certain way rather than
Yeah.
like kind of doing my own thing with it. So I really wanted something like an original band, like Ryder, to
Yeah.
have my own creative freedom, write my own parts, and this journey, this 11 months has been really great. And I think the reason it feels like it's been so long and it's been like 5 years is because of how our chemistry as musicians, comes together. So,
Yeah.
it's been really awesome.
That's sick. So you mentioned you played in cover bands. So like what cover bands were you in?
I was in I still am. I'm in an Evanescence tribute band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're called Eminescence. Our lead singer is named Emmy. I know Rod is in a Dio tribute and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I got a couple projects going. I always keep busy.
Yeah.
Max has a cover group called Redline. So, we're all trying to stay busy, but, we really all wanted to kind of come together. And I think that's what worked out so well, is that we really had all these creative ideas from our past. And, Rod has had a riff from the 90s that he wrote that we included in our album. So it's like, it's just stuff from our past to come together and, mesh. It's really been awesome.
That's awesome. James, you've been playing music your whole life. Like, when did your music? So I'll probably ask you all the same questions as well, but I'll start with James. So, like, when did your music journey started, and how did that come along?
I've loved music since I was a young kid. One of my favorite films growing up was Disney's Fantasia. And, my mom would always tell me the story when I was a kid. I would always pretend to conduct with whatever I had around me, like whether it was action figures or blocks or, whatever. It just, music really hit me at a young age. And, when I got to school age, I picked up the saxophone. I was, first chair tenor sax and jazz band. So I was a jazz kid.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. I mean, I got to give it to, Mr. Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead. He got me into it, and it was just all a snowball from there.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Friggin' Alice Cooper and Kiss did it for me when I was young, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I remember watching, I think it was Alice Cooper's Nightmare Returns or whatever it was, and that got me hooked into horror because of all like the theatrics.
Have you seen him live?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 times.
Pretty wild time, yeah.
And I've met him once, so
Awesome.
yeah, super rad, dude. So, Rod, how did your music journey started for you?
I guess I came from a family of music fans, but with no musical ability.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. And I started playing trombone when I was 8, and playing an instrument. My parents were like, just like you would have to take any other class in school, you have to take a music class. So I started that. And when I was 14, obviously, switched over to bass. And I'd say my first 2 big influences were Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. And you can't go wrong with those 2 bands, man. And Max, what about you, man? Like, how did your musical journey started?
I mean, I mean, it's pretty common here. Common denominator is when we were kids, and as with most musicians. So, but for me, it was just being exposed to records playing in the house. A lot of '60s and '70s, a lot of Beatles, a lot of Queen, a lot of really great stuff, and just hearing it and being infatuated with the sound. I mean, the sound of the guitar, the sound of the vocals of all that rock music, and the complexity of all that music, and just kind of taking an interest to it and wanting to dive deeper in there. Growing up a Yankee fan, Mariano Rivera used to come out to Enter Sandman, and I was always like, "Fuck, what is that song?"
Yep.
That's got it made the adrenaline just fill up, and I was just intrigued by that heaviness. So it progressed, it was all the great '60s and '70s stuff got heavier, and then just watching TV and a lot of old music videos and stuff at the time. There was no YouTube yet, but still on MTV occasionally. I mean, I grew up with MTV, so there were still a lot of music videos when I was a kid, and then VH1 and things like that. So seeing all these videos, and then seeing, I think it was a live performance of Led Zeppelin. I don't remember which exact performance it was, but seeing Jimmy Page live on a stage, through a concert film, whatever it may have been. And it was just like majestic, just one of those moments that just clicked and said, that's what I want to do. That's what I wanted. I would love to be that guy on that stage. And then, so there's a long story short, there was an old guitar in my house. It belonged to my father. My father never learned it. I think he bought it. He tried it once, gave it up. Somehow there was no strings. So there's one string on that guitar. So I was intrigued. I said, well, this is the closest thing to what I saw that I can do. And I didn't know what I was doing. I had one string on it, but I learned root notes, like bass notes, and just trial and error. And I just couldn't put it down. And then eventually put strings on it. And the rest is history, basically self-taught, taught myself chords and practiced every day since I was a kid, hours a day, and just never gave it up. And it just became an addiction. And the creativity started coming, a few years later in terms of writing and whatnot. And then we haven't looked back,
That's awesome. I was self-taught as well too, man. I only had like one guitar lesson, and then I stopped going, and then I just picked up like Guitar World magazines and shit, man.
Yeah,
I still have them. Yeah, I've got like a pile like that big.
that's awesome.
Man.
That's awesome. Lessons are great, but just they don't click with some people. I wanted to bypass all the boring stuff, like all the scales and all the the technical stuff, and I just wanted to learn Iron Man first. I wanted to learn the heavy stuff first. So everybody has their own way.
There's a lot of good guitarists, and bassists as well. Like they've never taken lessons.
100%.
They've always just been self-taught. Even Ace Frehley was like, he's never taken a lesson in his life or anything like that, but he still doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. It shows, right? So
yeah. Nick, how did your music journey started with you?
Yeah, same thing. Kid,
Yeah.
grew up. My parents got me a first stack kit for like Christmas when I was like 3 or 4. So I was just, banging that shit no matter what. I had no cares. I had no idea what was going on. And then
Yeah.
when I was like 9 years old, I got my first drum lesson. And really from there, it was about doing everything that I could to be the best. So I really was cool with diving into all of the nitty gritty because all the rudiments that they teach you to play on like the snare drum, it can all translate to your rock playing. So I tried to immerse myself in music every single way I could. So I was taking lessons, I was joining the school band, I joined the drama club, I did marching band, just so I could take music theory, just so I could really try and master it. And I'm nowhere near there, but one day at a time, just trying to chip away at it and just being the best drummer I can be, playing in all sorts of, I've been in an alternative band, I've been in a punk band, I've been in, like a wedding kind of event cover band. So it's just anywhere that I can kind of build my chops up, playing chops, not like actually like drum chops, like just like
Yeah.
anywhere that I could, gain experience and get a little better.
Oh, yeah, nice. So, James, obviously you're the front man, the lead singer and guitar player. Have you ever always wanted to be a front man of a band? Like, did you always want to be a vocalist?
Oh fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
I just picked up guitar. I hated the sound of my own voice.
Yeah.
So starting out, like I would always audition other vocalists, and it was just like a cavalcade of people like coming through. And one day it was a friend of mine who was just like, "Hey, you have a pretty good voice. Like, why don't you try singing?" I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. Didn't think much of it, and here I am today.
Yeah. Sound good though.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take any vocal lessons or anything like that since you've taken that?
Self-taught.
No. Self-taught?
Self-taught.
impressive.
I'll go. Over the years, I've gone on YouTube. I've learned some, breathing exercises and stuff like that. But as far as legit lessons.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of a band called Crossbone Scully?
I think so.
It's Tommy
I'm familiar.
Hendrickson. It's Tommy Hendrickson from Alice Cooper. That's his solo band.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded familiar.
They sound like very like AC/DC, like Def Leppard,
Awesome.
like type. I was watching footage. They played the first show as a band at the Viper Room,
Oh wow.
and fuck, that dude can sing, but like the whole band sounded so fucking tight, like live. And like
Yeah.
the band members that he have in his live band, Glenn Sobel on drums, I think it's Chris Wise on bass, Sam Van Colton on guitar. Like, it's amazing.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah. So James, you're a guitar player. You're a Les Paul guy.
Yes, I am.
Yep, always have been.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
love the sound of Les Pauls.
Yeah. So who are your top 5 guitar players?
Top 5.
I like hitting people with this question.
Yeah. In no particular order. Stevie Ray Vaughan, definitely. John Sykes from Whitesnake.
Oh yeah.
Richie Blackmore, Deep Purple.
Yes.
He's
one of the reasons why I play strats too.
Randy Rhoads. Got to show some love to Randy Rhoads. I'll say Jimmy Page.
Yeah. Nice. Rod, the bass player.
Well, Steve Harris. Top three of Steve Harris, Geezer Butler, and John Paul Jones. Those are like three classics. Frank Bello from Anthrax, really underrated bass player. And God, I forgot his last name. He's the bass player for Halloween. Marcus Grosskorf, I think it is. He is another really underrated bassist in the power metal genre.
Yeah. Damn. That's a good top 5. Max, who are your top 5 guitar players?
Again, that's a really I hate that question, the top, because I'm gonna answer, but it's so hard, man. It depends on the day. It depends what mood you're in, But anyway, 5 off the top of my head definitely have influenced me. Tony Iommi, Jimmy Page, David Gilmour. I would say Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
And Hendrix.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Nick, your top 5 drummers.
My top 5 ever. I'd have to go Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers, Neil Peart from Rush, obviously. Travis Barker, I absolutely love.
That dude's insane.
When I was younger, I was like all about playing really fast and quick and loud, and just absolutely loved him. 4, I just had him in my head. I mean, of course I gotta go Bonham. He's just, legendary, super classic. And then 5, I love the old Lars.
Yeah.
The new / old Lars, like older Lars, like in age, not so great, but for what he did for music and metal music, it was pretty remarkable. So
yeah, Justice for All changed my life. That was like the first Metallica album I got given to me when I was 16 from my dad.
I listened to his isolated drum tracks from like Puppets, from Justice, and I think you could really start to appreciate the shit that he did. Maybe not the most technical, although I beg to differ on a lot of those songs, man. Fucking unbelievable. But it was right for I don't think there could be anybody else that would fit Metallica. It's just his sound, it's so influential to so many.
I'm actually gonna have to interrupt myself. I said Bonham because I was losing myself for a little bit, and he was just one of the first names that came, but it came back. I'm gonna have to replace Bonham, and it's a controversial one, but I'm replacing. It's my favorite, Ringo. He really, and that is controversial for some reason, but he really taught me that you as the drummer have to play the song. You don't play the drums. You play the song. So that's that. I have an immense appreciation for him. As much as I respect Bono, I didn't really listen to much Zeppelin when I was younger. So I'm starting to get back kind of into them now, which is great. But better late than never, they say. But definitely would have to put Ringo in there instead.
Yeah. Well, like that, they're two different drummers, like Bono had that really big, huge sound when he played, and Ringo just had that really nice groove and swing to his playing. And it's you may think it's simple, but like, dude, it's fucking, like I haven't seen the Beatles documentary yet, but I've heard it's really good.
Really? Still?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I know it's on Disney Plus, I think it is.
Yes.
It's really good.
I
Yeah,
hate
it's
all
not.
the shit that Ringo gets, man. He does. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, I get it, but
Yeah.
I don't agree with
Well,
it.
No, I don't agree with that at all, man.
to stay on topic with the Beatles, who's your favorite Beatle?
Whew.
Well, my favorite is Ringo because I'm a drummer, but the best is
Yeah.
George. Most
George
talented.
Harrison.
I go
Yeah.
too.
John Lennon.
Yeah.
They're all
Rod.
McCartney.
Yeah.
Rod's
Yeah.
right too, man. I mean, they're all great. How can you pick a wrong one? You know?
They're all good songwriters too, like in their own like way. You know, on with the Beatles and like solo. Like, look at all the hits that John Lennon and Paul McCartney wrote after that. You know, like
Oh my God. Well, I mean, this is a horror podcast. You know, while we're on the
Yeah.
topic of Paul McCartney, I mean, Band on the Run, right on the cover, Mr. Christopher Lee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's get into horror movies
I'm looking
because
at my-
like
I'm looking at
Max
my
Max's
tattoo
background in his room is like my eyes glow up.
Can I give a shout out to Nick because I've added this? It was a lovely gift from Nick, right? And I added this into my horror room, and
Yeah.
he
I
got me
haven't
this
seen it yet.
awesome. I'm a big Hellraiser fan, right? So he gave me this
Okay.
beautiful replica puzzle box here,
Ooh.
you know, and actually
Damn,
Have you
opens
opened it?
up and everything. No demons come out and rip me
Ah.
apart.
Well,
Unfortunately,
you got ripped off then, bro.
He
You
must
got
have
it from
really not
Wish.
figured it out.
So shout out to
Yeah.
Nick. That was an awesome gift.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
pleasure.
So we're all horror fans here. I
Absolutely.
know, obviously Max is because it kind of gave it away.
Yeah.
James, you're a horror fan?
Yep.
Yeah. Rod?
Yeah, I like horror. Classic.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about you, Nick?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's my favorite
Yeah.
genre movie, I would say.
Yeah.
I love when
Same here.
I love being able to just like I love the juxtaposition of what like a movie is supposed to be and like escapism and like kind of like get your mind out of reality to what like
Yeah.
horror is, where it's like the worst possible reality and there is no relaxation and you're not you kind of want to go, if you were in that life you would want to go back to your reality. I think that's so funny.
Yeah.
Like I love a movie where you're just kind of on the edge of your seat, nervous.
Yep.
I don't love the cheap jump scares. I'm more into like psychological and
Same.
like
Yep.
holy shit, this is so scary because this is so like realistic. Like, what if
Well,
there was somebody like this?
Well,
Yeah.
Midsummer really fucked me up for a couple of days after watching that movie.
Oh man. That scene when that woman sacrifices herself and jumps off the cliff.
Yes.
Like that was
And I
that genuinely made my stomach, like my heart sunk into my stomach. That genuinely fucked me up in that moment.
Yeah.
And I did like a close up view of like the body. That was fucked. I think that movie went for nearly 3 hours. So like on my lunch breaks go for like 2 hours or something like that at work. So like I normally like watch like a movie just to kill some time and stuff. So I was watching Midsummer. And it was that scene, and then someone from behind was just like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I'm just like, "Midsummer. Have you seen it? You should watch it."
Amazing special effects too. I love good practical special effects, man.
Oh yeah. Less CGI.
I love no CGI. I think it's a lost art, man. You know, really, it's a lost art. Very, certain movies still do it, the old school way, and I love it. Like I love. That's why my favorite makeup artist has to be Tom Savini. I mean, anything he ever worked on, it's just from all the way from Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. I have some Day of the Dead stuff over there. I don't know if you could, but yeah, I love all that stuff. Amazing art form,
Oh yeah. He actually, have you seen the new Terrifier movie?
I have.
Yeah, he was in it for a bit.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
Yes.
a nice cameo.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, all that work on those effects, man. It's like a throwback, just balls to the wall gore and blood, and I love it.
And dude, and Hollywood right now are regretting for not funding it.
Of course, made like 80 something million.
Yeah, it's like it was like the highest grossing horror movie that wasn't rated this year, and it beat the Joker. Yep, I've got that mask too. It's in my living room.
I customized it. I put real eyes into it.
Oh wow!
I mean, not real eyes. I mean, they're not human
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
But you know, like actual eyeballs. I cut out the things. But yeah, so there's your answer. If you think asking me if I've seen the new Terrifier, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There was some scenes that I kind of laughed at.
Yeah, exactly. That's the fun of it.
You know? Yeah. So James, what was the first horror movie that you watched when you were young?
First horror movie. It was one of the Hammer Dracula films. I think it was the first one, which in the UK was billed as just Dracula, and but here I think it was like Horror of Dracula because of rights issues with Universal and stuff. But yeah, I mean Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing. I mean a lot of the stuff that came out of Hammer films around that time, it just absolutely iconic.
Yeah.
See that, James?
No.
There you go.
Yeah. What about you, Rod? How old were you when you got into horror?
I think the first, what the hell was it? The first, I'm thinking, was The Exorcist. Scared the living crap out of me. That and Carrie.
Oh.
Yeah. I watched
and scene of Carrie, because that's more my generation. But I was young when that came out. I was like shocked that my parents let me watch it.
Yeah. I watched the reboot of that movie first, and then I went and watched the original. They were both great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
the musical's really good too.
Yeah, yeah,
it is.
Max,
Not
what about
scary,
you?
but
My first horror movie.
Yeah, first horror movie that made you into like a horror fan.
Actually, a TV movie. It was actually the original. I was young. It came out when I was born, the year I was born, but I didn't see. I saw maybe the first time on TV on a rerun during Halloween. I had to be like 4 or 5, but it was the Stephen King's It with Tim Curry.
And
that
traumatized me.
As a child, yeah. I mean, not only just responsible for the fear of clowns, but as a kid. But looking back on it, it's not a very crazy movie. There's no gore or anything. But but he's still phenomenal. He's so creepy.
Oh, come on, man. What's wrong with Captain Spaulding, dude? Like,
I got a great Captain Spaulding mask up there too.
Yeah, Sam. It's in the dining table in the middle.
Awesome.
So when we're having dinner and shit, it just sits there.
So I went from it was it first, but then like maybe a year or two later, so it's probably like 6 years old. Then it was a big jump. It was that, and then it was The Exorcist, and then
yeah.
Fucking
awesome. I didn't rate the new Exorcist movie, man. That was horrible as shit.
Believer.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it for the fact that I didn't go into it with the mindset of I'm comparing it to the original. Yeah. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a night out. It was a good time. But obviously there's never a comparison to the original. I mean, and not that it was supposed to be compared. It's not a remake. It was a sequel technically, but yeah, it was okay, but not memorable. I don't remember too much of it, and I think that tells a lot. Maybe in the long run, but the original to me to this day, I don't care if they ever make a remake or another sequel, still holds up, still scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, I think it was voted the scariest horror movie of all time.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully
for its time, yeah.
Just so, but even today, it's like there's just nothing that feels dated about it. It's still so unsettling, and it's fantastic. And I think a very underrated movie in that world, in that like lineage of films, is The Exorcist 3. Very underrated movie.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
George Scott.
I had Ace Von Johnson from LA Guns on here twice, and he he highly recommended it to me. He goes,
Yeah.
"Have you seen Exorcist 3?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Don't look it up. Don't watch the trailer. Just watch it."
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah, that one
Very
jumpsuit.
underrated. Very underrated, but it was like more of a detective movie.
Yes,
But
yeah.
still, I had a couple of jump scares in it. But like, other than that, man,
The
it
creepy
was
film.
yeah. So Nick, what was the first horror movie that got you into the whole
So
thing?
I remember from my like childhood, I think like there was three, and I don't remember exactly which was first, but I remember three that really stick out in my mind were Halloween 4, which I watched on Halloween night, and
Yeah.
it didn't make me a fan of horror. It actually scared the living shit out of me because I was around the same age as the little girl from the movie who gets possessed at
Daniel
the end.
Harris.
Then
And yeah, so I was like, I thought that at any moment, like, you know, the lights had to be on in my hallway. I thought Michael Myers was coming into my bedroom. I like my bedroom was right at the top of the stairs to the right. So I thought at any
Yeah.
moment he would walk up. So yeah. Then two animal horror movies, which were Anaconda and uh and Deep Blue Sea, which were
Yes.
yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson, dude. He gets freaking ripped apart in that movie.
yeah, man.
That was funny, that scene. Yeah.
And I
You
think
watch it now, the CGI is so bad.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard somewhere that it's one of the first horror movies where the black guy survives, or where a black guy survives, because LL Cool J survives the whole movie. He's the
Yes.
chef. Him and his bird
Yeah.
survive. I actually don't
Yeah.
remember if the bird survives. I think the bird might have gotten eaten, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
remember watching that I actually remember watching that in theaters with my mum, and I freaking laughed at that scene when like Samuel L. Jackson, he just gets fucking eaten up. Like, it's unexpected. It was fucking hilarious. Snakes on the Plane is also a funny, like stupid movie as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
One of my favorite, like,
so stupid.
one of my favorite animal-based horror movies has to be American Werewolf in London, man. So
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
so
the
good.
thing about Anaconda that I liked was John Voight's scarier than the fucking CGI, or whatever. It wasn't CGI actually. I think they made a practical Anaconda, but yeah, John
Yeah.
Voight's like scarier than the freaking than the snake.
I see, like, Scream did it for me when I was young.
I love Scream.
Yeah.
And,
I'm not sure how
yeah,
the next one's gonna be. I hope Shaggy comes back.
mate,
Stu Macher.
there is. I did see something like up on either Instagram or Facebook saying that he wants to return and he believes that he wasn't dead. But like,
Well,
dude,
I
you
think
just had a
there's like a
TV
lot.
stuck over your head.
I think there's a lot of conspiracy though that he's still alive somewhere.
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did you like the newer ones like Scream 5 and 6?
I actually did, and I'm very upset that that Jenna Ortega and I think what's her name, Melissa.
Oh yeah, she got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got let go or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but 5 was okay. But like, me and my sister went and watched 6 when it came out on theaters, and
Melissa Barrera. Yeah, that's her
we
name.
predicted the who the killer was within like maybe 25 minutes of the movie. It was
Yeah.
pretty obvious. Like, they kind of gave it away so easy.
Yeah, but it was also obvious in 5 when Jack Quaid literally what's his face?
Yeah.
Dewey points out Jack Quaid immediately.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
fucking was.
so easy. I read something that Jack Quaid only remembered his lines once and nailed it.
He looks like
Like,
he'd be like a smart guy.
he looks like a smart guy if he can remember all of his lines at once. Like,
He's
it's
a lot
nuts.
smarter than his dad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Yeah, Scream did it for me, man. But like, there's something about home invasion horror movies that fucking freak me out because it seems so fucking real. Like The Strangers.
Yeah.
That movie still, like, I'll be 39 in a couple of weeks, but like, I watched it not long ago, and I still have the one light on
It's
watching that movie.
it can really, like Nick said, like the shit that can really happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the scariest.
Absolutely.
You know?
yeah, and the crazy thing too, like it was based on true events, and the director that did the first one was saying that like he had that same experience when he was younger, so he wanted to do like a movie based sort of like that. It's pretty wild.
Scary. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's been a
Yeah.
really good year for horror so far. I mean, I've seen a bunch of movies already. I'm really excited for Nosferatu. I think it's going to be good. Trailer looks very well done. I think it's got a great cast. And I usually
Yeah.
don't like remakes or anything like that, but you know, it's been 100 fucking years, so I think it's a pass. You know, so
Is that with Bill Skarsgård in it?
Skarsgård? Yeah. And
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily
Daughter,
Rose Depp,
yeah.
I think. Willem Dafoe is in it. I mean, it looks. Oh man, it looks.
Yeah.
I love that. It seems they kept true to the time period and the whole, Victorian era kind of set and everything. So, it looks fantastic. The trailer looks amazing. So I can't wait to see the movie. But I'm excited. That's
Absolutely.
next month. Yeah.
I try to avoid the trailers because trailers now they give too much away.
They give everything away.
Yeah. They're like what, maybe 2.5, 3 minutes long now.
I was pointing this out like recently to my girlfriend. I was saying, you know what I love about the old trailer? And I pulled up old trailers on YouTube. I used to love the old trailers from the 70s movies, the 80s, and even some of the 90s stuff. It was just like a few clips, and it always had a narrator. There was always a narrator in the trailer, like the deep voice and everything like that, and didn't give away too much, and it piqued your interest, and you couldn't wait to see it. And now it's just a compilation of clips that give away like a quarter of the movie, and a lot of jump scares, which I can't stand. They do that. Why are you giving away all these jump scares? So I don't get it. But
yeah, it kind of just it ruins it for you. But like even like the new like what you were saying, like it's been a good year for horror movies. Like the new Alien movie was fucking fantastic.
Yeah. The I don't know if you saw Smile too, but I thought that was really well done.
No, I haven't. The first one kind of messed me up a little bit.
Yeah,
like the ending.
The second one is very well done. Very very unsettling. I mean, I recommend you check it out if you like the first one.
Yeah, that was 2.5 hours long.
Almost.
The second one. Yeah.
Yeah, turn the lights off, sit by yourself, and watch it.
Yep.
Good time.
Yeah. Put some sexy candles up, and then
whatever makes you happy, my friend.
Yeah. No, but Terrifier 4 did it for me for this year, man. That hit the sweet spot. Like that movie. Like it had the blood and violence, obviously, but it also had humor.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't take something like that overly serious, It has to be, it's about a fun time, and that's what I loved about it. And I'm like, after the second one, I'm like, how are they gonna top that with the gore? And they did a damn good job. And I've already read that they confirmed number 4.
So might be the final one.
Yeah, I don't, I'm looking forward to how the hell they're gonna top the third one now, but
how can you top the second one? Like the bedroom scene, like was
fucked. Yeah, that was pretty messed up. Although in the third one, the fornicating with the shard of mirror was pretty fucking gross, The chainsaw on the ass crack, that was pretty.
Oh yeah, that scene, like it was like they were focusing on when the chainsaw was going up his ass, but then like you could see his like ball sack. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're lucky I finished my fucking food before that scene happened.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
But
good time.
I think my favorite scene was the pub scene when he goes into the pub and he sees Santa and he's like so like excited to see Santa. I was like, and then like pisses on his lap.
Yeah.
And then a spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen it, but like turns him into like a fucking snowman.
You know, before he did that with the, I'm guessing it was like liquid nitrogen or something that he used.
Yeah.
But before he did that, the moment when he just took the gun out and just shot the guy in the head, like that moment, I was like, that shit got serious because like that could happen. You know what I mean? Like a maniac could just walk into a bar and just, do that to a guy. So that shit was serious. But then it got like, it got ridiculous again with the other kill. But yeah, that was a good scene. Great scene.
Yeah, I think the shopping mall scene was unexpected.
Yeah,
very unexpected.
Yeah.
So let's finish off with top 5 horror movies. So James, you go first again.
Ooh.
Top 5 horror movies.
Top 5 horror movies. Well, number 5, I'm gonna put the original Frankenstein.
Yep.
Boris Karloff. I mean, great film. Number 4, I'm gonna put Nightmare on Elm Street. Great film.
Not the
3,
reboot, right? The
What's
reboot
up?
was horrible. Not the reboot, right?
No, God no. God no.
That was horrible.
No,
I don't do
Robert
reboots.
Englund as Freddy Krueger. Come on.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm gonna put a cult classic. Well, it's a little lesser known for some people. The movie Near Dark. Great movie.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm gonna put Horror of Dracula. Obviously, it got me into horror. And the number 1, I'm gonna put the 1978 Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, that was more of a. They will count that as a slasher, but to me, it was sort of like a psychological horror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, how about you, Rod? What's your top 5 horror movies?
All right. Well, let's see. Hard to put in any particular order, and I don't know how you classify all of them, but definitely the original Halloween.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carrie,
Yeah.
The Exorcist, The First Omen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the fuck am I left with? Am I left with one?
Yep.
Oh man, I should have smoked all that weed before. I'll pick something really stupid. I'll pick Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll keep it serious. The first one, the original one. I don't like reboots. Usually, I've never seen a good reboot that was better than the original.
Yeah, that's true. Max.
Oh man, can we do top 20?
I know Max. You're gonna be here all day with it.
Oh my god, there's so many. Shout out to
Max. I'll be happy to have you
Omen.
back on and just do a full-blown horror episode with you, man.
I'd love to do that, man. Anytime.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Omen. Great pick, Rod. I love the Omen. All right, I'll try to pick it. No particular order, but have to go. I'm gonna go Hellraiser. Love Hellraiser. Exorcist, obviously. Original Halloween. I'll go Pet Sematary. The original Pet Sematary.
Yep.
Shit. Oh man, that's tough. I need a 5th one. I'm gonna say original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The reboot was good too. The one
The Jessica Biel one was, I actually really enjoyed that very much. I think that was a very well done movie. The original though, you know what I love about the original, man? What's that, Rod?
Oh yeah, I said Jessica Alba. Jessica Biel. Sorry,
Biel, yeah. But you know what I love about the original is that you really don't see anything at all.
No.
You don't see anything. Like everything is left up to the imagination.
Yeah.
So,
although Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, very underrated.
Oh, it totally went the other direction.
Oh yeah, it was that campy, had that campiness to it.
Yeah.
I saw that when it first came out.
Yeah, that's with Bill Moseley.
Yeah, Bill Moseley, exactly.
Yeah, he was fucking amazing in that movie. Nick, your top 5 horror movies.
So I'm gonna have to give you franchises because there's just too many films within the franchises that I love too much.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go. My favorite film franchise of all time has to be Saw.
Yes.
They're all so good.
Yeah.
My favorite probably being Saw 3 or the
Yeah.
first one. They're both they're like neck and neck.
The prequel was good.
Absolutely, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
And I think they're making another one, so I'm really excited to see
Yep.
what they could possibly freaking do. And then 2, probably have to give it to the Hellraiser franchise. They just get so ridiculous towards the end, and then the reboot brings it right back to serious. So I'm excited to see if they decide to pursue anything further.
Yeah, that was a
with,
good that was a good fucking
Oh
movie.
yeah, the reboot was incredible.
Yeah, I like that.
Um,
Yeah.
And then let's see. Love the Scream movies. I have to go back and watch the older ones again, but I just love again how like I like campy horror. Like it just
Yeah.
over the top, ridiculous, self-aware horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give my top 3 franchises then. That we'll do that instead of top 5 movies.
That's good for me. Want to hear my top 5?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I'm sure you got
All
this
right. All
on
right.
lock.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Scream. Then the reboot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Rob Zombie's Halloween. So I love Rob Zombie's movies. And what all of his House of a Thousand Corpse. Like, come on, dude.
I know,
Fucking
Very good one.
classic.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, that's number 4 in my list. And so what was it? Scream. And probably go with The Shining, but then if I have to put like equal one, I'll put like Nightmare Before Christmas, even though it's like a Christmas-based horror movie. But like, it's fucking good. I don't really care. Like, it's a great movie to watch on Halloween and on Christmas. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So guys, James, Rod, Max, Nick, thank you so much for coming on, and thanks for reaching out for
Well, thanks for having us.
on.
Yep,
was a
thanks for
pleasure.
having us, man.
Great
Thank
time.
you.
Man, too easy. Like, the new single Southbound is out, and you guys will have a new album out next year, I believe.
Yeah, we have actually sooner than that. We're gonna have a new single, Queen Viper's Kiss, dropping on December 13th with a really, really awesome lyric video. Shout out to Matt who put it together, and
Yeah, Mailer, baby.
So and then January 10th, I guess the third single's coming out. I won't say what it is, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we're giving it away. But third single's coming out January 10th, and then the whole album Menagerie is coming out January 31st.
Nice. Looking forward to it, guys. Well, guys, thank you so much, and don't forget to follow these guys on all social media. Are you guys on YouTube as well? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple, you name it, guys. Thank you so
Those
much.
people
And,
listening out there, go stream Southbound. We got to get those Australian numbers up, man.
And free save Queen Viper's Kiss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Free save.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, too easy. And you guys got up and coming tour dates coming up too, yeah?
We got a few shows coming up. December 14th, we're at the Lucky 13 Saloon in Brooklyn. We're finishing out the year strong with that one. It's the Queen Viper's Kiss release party, and stay tuned to the pages, Ryder_NY on Instagram and Facebook.com/RyderBandNY for any show announcements.
Yeah, too easy. Well, guys, thank you so much. Everybody, be kind to each other and stay spooky. All right, guys.
Right on. Thank you.
Peace out.
Be good. Take care.